Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to go ahead and do a weekly check-in one for the first week of April. And there's just a couple of things I want to mention. Due to the whole COVID-19 pandemic, I am no longer using cash for groceries. And that's just because when you go, you don't really want to interact with money. You never know if people have been like touching and coughing on it and stuff like that. So for the duration of like self-isolation and everything, I will not be using money for groceries, or the only thing I will be using money for is for gas, and that's because it's a one-way transaction in my opinion. I give them the cash, and my cash, I've kept it like in my wallet for like weeks now, and I haven't gone outside or interacted with anyone, so that's just like a one-stop kind of like, here's my money, don't touch me, and keep it stepping. So that's the only thing I will be spending cash on. Other than that, everything's gonna be like debit related. So you might not see my cash envelopes for this month, and you know, it's just for safety reasons. So anywho, let's get right into it. So this is gonna be my expense trackers that tell me what each expense tracker sticker means. So the pink will be unbudgeted, personal spending will be in gray, gas will be in green, groceries will be in blue, and my sinking funds that I don't weekly track are going to be in orange. That's just for me to know when I'm using them. So let's get right into it. And this week we're going to track the 1st to the 5th. So let me get right into it. And I know I started my weekly check-in. I believe I had $150 to start off the first week of April, because this was a rollover from March. Gas, I did have $70. Spending, I was at 0, and of course we never budget for unbudgeted expenses, so that's always at 0. So that's just the numbers I was supposed to be working with in the beginning weeks of April. So on the 1st, I didn't have an expense, but I did have my work benefits, and actually that kind of changed. It ended up being a couple of cents more, so I'm gonna go ahead and change that really quickly. So instead of 128, it was 128 with 91 cents. So I'm gonna go ahead and change it to 128 and 91 cents. But I didn't have any other expenses there. Now we move along to the 2nd, and this is when I start going back to the grocery stores to buy miscellaneous things, like things that we were running out of, mainly produce, because it's one of the things that goes bad if you don't tend to use it. But in my case, we used it all up, so we needed to stock up on that. So for that, I'm gonna go ahead and use blue. And let me write this down. So I went to Walmart, I picked up some frozen goods, bread, some produce, and I think that is it. I wasn't there for long, and I spent $24.04. And this was the day I realized that doing groceries with cash was like kind of like, you know, a lot of people wanted to keep their distance. A lot of people were wearing gloves, and I didn't really think about it until you guys mentioned it in my cash stuffing kind of video, saying that, you know, be safe, don't use any cash, you know. Just, I was like, all right, you know, I listened to you guys. So that happened. But while I was at Walmart, I ended up going to McDonald's, and I used my grocery money to buy McDonald's, and I bought me and Bae some food, which came out to be $14.65. So that's what I did on the 2nd. We went to Walmart got some produce, but also grabbed some McDonald's. Of course, we didn't eat it there. We waited until we got home and then we washed our hands and put away everything. So we were careful. Then on Friday, we didn't spend anything. And then on Sunday, I don't think I spent any money. I think we were basically just, you know, at home the whole time, which is basically a pretty good thing. So the only day I did have expense was on Thursday. So that is literally how my week looks like. And let me go ahead and put some no spends down for you guys, because since we've been home the whole time, we haven't actually been spending money at all. So Friday was a no spend. Saturday was a no spend. And Sunday was a no spend. And then this week, currently, it's just been raining, so we haven't really gone out, you know, especially with the rain and all, which is even better because then people stay home. So it's very like a slow month, which is good. We're not going out, we're staying in, and we're not spending money, which is kind of good. I've been kind of cooking more at home too, so that's a great thing. Not only that, because it helps with the weight loss. Letting y'all know that now. So let me go ahead and do the weekly check-in over here. And sorry I was out of frame. So let me just add up. So the only thing that I did spend on was groceries. So let me do $24.04 plus $14.65. I spent a total of $38.69. And if I subtract that from 150, I'm left over with 111 with 31 cents. Now gas, I haven't actually spent any money on gas. That one is just, I haven't been driving. So this one is at 0. And I still have $70 left. And this is like the only cash envelope that I have available to show. So this one hasn't been touched. This has been like in my house with me at all times. So 20, 40, 60, 65, 70. So I am tempted to put gas because I think right now we're at $2.88 and I'm like, oh my god, it keeps going down, which makes me happy as, you know, as a driver. And then but then I'm like I don't need it. I'm like, I have like half a tank or like more than half a tank, so I'm like, no, I'm okay. For spending, I didn't have any available to spend, so I haven't been spending any money. So I have nothing to show for it. I also didn't spend anything that was unbudgeted, so that's always good. And that is my numbers. It was such a quick check-in because literally we haven't been doing much. We haven't gone out. We've been staying home. We've been making sure that, you know, we're lessening the curve. But if you're interested and you haven't seen my April budget, I'll link it up in the card above. And then also if you want to see the setup of my April calendar setup and a small cash stuffing, then I'll leave a card up in the above here too. So thank you guys so much for watching, and that will be my check-in, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.